Hello and welcome to another episode of Now About That with James and Sarah. I'm James.
I'm Sarah.
And on this week's episode, we're going to talk about Sarah's new job. We're going to talk about my schooling. And then we're going to jump into some Reddit stuff. Because I thought I don't have anything interesting to talk about. I don't know if Sarah does because we didn't talk beforehand. Other than your new job, how did it go today?
It went well today. It was my first day. I got to learn a lot of interesting things. We got to tour, which was also interesting. I bought some buttons because they have vintage. What are they called?
Buttons?
Election buttons.
Oh,
so like different campaign things. So there was one for Jesse Jackson that said Libra for Jesse Jackson, and of course I had to get that because it had Libra on it. I got a little Martin Luther King Jr. pin, and I got like a Barack Obama, the 2008 election button, that kind of thing. So it was really a lot of fun. I enjoyed myself a lot.
well, that's good. How did your car payment stuff get figured out?
Yes,
Okay.
It finally came out. I'm still annoyed, but whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. Like I said, I would probably see if there's a way that you can pay it like using a like some kind of like money order or something instead. That way you don't have to wait, because some places for some reason do take a while for it to process. I know whenever I pay my rent, it usually takes like 2 to 3 days for it to process to actually come out of my account. It's very stupid.
It's super annoying.
So I would just do that.
Yeah.
Well, school is going good. Thanks for asking. Glad you care so much about how my school is going.
I do care so much about how your school is going. You should tell everybody all the nice compliments you're getting from your teachers.
I know it's very awkward. And I told Kristen, and she said, "You're such a kiss ass." I'm like, I'm not doing anything other than turning in my assignments and doing what I'm supposed to do. I don't see how that's a kiss ass, but okay, pop off, sis. So the last discussion board post that I posted, my instructor left a comment, and she just said, James, you are the poster student for following instructions to the last degree. Kudos for a great initial post and outstanding responses to peers. What a joy! Exclamation point. Dr. S. So it's nice to have feedback. And she's just basically saying that I'm doing a good job and doing what I'm supposed to be doing, which I'm like, most students should be posting the way that I do anyway. So I don't see it as I'm going above and beyond. So it's interesting. And then I got 100% on my first assignment too. So that was nice. And she said she liked the layout and all of the information was good. And the use of bullet points was good to summarize the information, which I was worried about, because I'm like, I always want to give all of the information, so it's hard for me to summarize it in bullet points and not add too much information.
Mm-hmm.
So I was waiting to see what that feedback was, and she basically just said it was good. So interesting. We'll see how it goes. I have another assignment this week, but I don't remember. I haven't checked to see what it is. But I think it's an actual essay this time, which for some reason, I always prefer essays. I just think they're easier to deal with. Some loud asses driving by or listening to their music on full blast with their windows down. I have the windows in the apartment open. So anything else going on? Do you want to jump into some of these topics?
Yeah, there's not a lot else going on for me right now. My ankles are swollen and I'm tired, but other than that.
Is it because you were walking all day?
Yeah.
Eat less sodium.
Yeah. I mean, I need to do that anyway, but yeah.
Buy, what are they called? Compression socks. Like an old person.
I am an old person.
You are.
I guess I do need to get those now.
Well, you want to jump into some of these Reddit questions or discussion topics?
Yes.
The first one, I'm kind of surprised something like this didn't happen to me when I was younger, because I could see it happening.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
So the first one, it's on r/credit score, which I don't actually follow, but it was on my Reddit post or my Reddit, not subscription, but suggestions. And it's titled, Mom opened several accounts in my name and tanked my credit score. Now she's saying I should be grateful to her for giving me $30,000 in debt. Need some guidance. And it's a long one, so buckle up. This all started about a year ago when I was about to graduate college. I got a bill in the mail for a credit card, which I knew wasn't mine. I've always paid my one credit card on time, and it was from a different company. My mom said she added me on her credit card as an authorized user, which is why I received that bill. This ended up being a red flag number one. Fast forward to about a month ago, and I'm looking into new apartments as I'm moving for my job. I found one I liked and applied for it, not thinking anything of it as my salary was well over their minimum requirements. I received an email saying my application was denied. A few days later, I got a letter in the mail explaining it was due to my credit. I figured it had to be a mistake, so I ended up taking a look at my credit score for myself. This was, I think, the first time doing this since I got my credit card a few years ago. I was floored when I saw my credit score 490 and I had several accounts in collections.
If there's anybody who listens to us who is not in the United States, like, because credit scores aren't a universal thing, 490 is really, really bad.
Yeah, it's anything under, I think, like 600, and you can basically not get anything.
Pretty much.
So after some crying, I decided to call the electric company, which was one of the collection accounts. Was for. And they confirmed the address was my mom's current address. I got in touch with one of the credit card companies I saw, and the listed address was the same. I really didn't want to believe my mom opened these accounts, so I called her about them last week. My mom claimed to have no idea about the accounts and said I probably got hacked. She had never really done anything to betray my trust in the past, so I foolishly believed her at the time. One of my friends said I should report it to the police, or otherwise I could end up owing tens of thousands of dollars. I made a police report and gave them all of the information. I called my mom and told her about the police report, and she said I needed to call and cancel it because it wouldn't do any good. She tried saying it was just wasting their time and I should call it off and just ignore it. Of course, I told her I couldn't do that because I didn't want to be on the hook for what ended up being around $30,000. She said I had to do it because she opened the accounts. We went back and forth for about 20 minutes and I was pissed. She finally said I just needed to take the hit on this one and declare bankruptcy. She literally told me I should be grateful for her letting me go to college, so I should cancel the police report before they find out it was her, because between scholarships, grants, and small amount of student loan debt, she didn't pay for anything at all. I'm kind of conflicted. I don't really want my mom to go to jail. From what I've read, declaring bankruptcy would basically prevent me from doing anything with my credit for a few years, and it would take a full decade to drop off. There are 9 accounts total and 3 in collections. What would you guys do? Honestly, it sucks that she's going to go to jail for this, but that's what needs to happen because that's credit card fraud.
Yeah.
That's identity theft.
Yeah, that sucks, but it's identity theft.
And it's also, this is kind of like the poster child and the reason that people should be monitoring their credit more frequently. And if you can, like, I am signed up through my work. If you can sign up for a credit monitoring service that alerts you anytime a new account is opened in your name.
Yeah. I'm lucky that this did not happen to me as well. Because I know somebody who totally would have done that. But she who shall not be named, her mom did that to her.
Oh.
Opened credit cards in her name.
Yeah.
And then let them all end up going to collections.
I don't understand how people can do that.
I don't understand, one, how you could do that, but 2, how you could do that to your own child.
Yeah, that's insane.
You're gonna fuck up your child's whole adult life for what?
30 grand, apparently.
30 grand. And the good news is 30 grand in the grand scheme of things is that bad, but that's still bad. That's it.
Yeah.
That's somebody's year's worth of salary.
Yeah, some people, yeah. That's insane.
That's wild. I can't imagine.
I will say the other ones that I've pulled are nothing like this, and they're not this long. This is the only one not the only one that I've read, but the only one that I read and kind of thought about for a few minutes. So that's the reason I was able to read through it as well as I did. Because typically I fall over the words in this. But yeah, I mean, I don't really understand why you would allow, like, why you would second guess the police report, because at the end of the day, it's really going to be like you could file bankruptcy and yeah, it's going to suck for 10 years on your, like, show up on your credit report. But it's also going to be really hard to get that off of your credit report, even if you go through with like the police report and stuff, because I mean, I've never had to deal with it, thankfully, but identity theft and like credit fraud is a really difficult thing and a big thing in the United States.
Yeah.
But that would be my suggestion, is I would just continue with the lawsuit or the police report, and they can figure it out, but like also let them know, hey, my mom confessed to it.
Yeah, I would do that as well. I'm flabbergasted. Like,
it is kind of insane to think that people can do this to their family, but
I'm just like, I can't imagine doing that.
I also wonder where they're from. Like, it seems like a Midwest thing.
It does seem like a Midwest thing, to be honest.
Especially with the like mom being entitled and saying, well, you should be lucky that I let you go to school. It's like, I don't understand that mentality about it either. Like,
yeah, and I don't understand that, especially since she didn't have to pay for it.
It's like, oh, I paid for it. Even if she was like, oh, I paid for it with these credit cards that I opened in your name. But it's like, but no, that's not the same thing. That doesn't make any sense either.
No, it doesn't. The fact that she's just like, I let you go to college, and it's like, but you didn't pay for it. So how is that letting me go to college?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah.
It's a very odd situation.
The next one that I wanted to read was the, not the first Am I the Asshole with the wedding, but the other Am I the Asshole, because it's a very pertinent for something that's going on like currently. So I don't know about Jane.
Oh, yeah. But this is
yes.
why I chose the bear.
Yes.
Yes.
So those of you who are listening, if you don't know, there's this thing going around on social media right now about a scenario of women being asked to choose between being left alone with a bear and being left alone with a man. And almost unequivocally, most women are saying the bear, because I'm more likely to survive the interaction, which is unfortunate, but true, actually. And it's pretty awful. But anyway, so this, am I the asshole for making a woman say, this is why we choose the bear? Okay. So I, 24 male, am a new engineer, having graduated last year. So I've been at my company for 1 year now, and I work with my mentor and senior, KJ, who's 34 female. I've actually known KJ ever since I was in kindergarten, and I cherish her like a sister. In this April, KJ and I were at the bar when she was abruptly accosted by one of our drunk coworkers. This has led to a sexual harassment / misconduct case that's still ongoing. So the long and short of it is this week, KJ asked me if she could drop me off at my place after work because she wanted to use the drive to talk about something very serious. I said yes, of course. And during the drive, she tearfully told me that she now trusts me to check in on her after every single work day. And if she doesn't text me to let me know that she's made it safely back home, then I have to call 911. I thought this was very drastic and scary, and the only thing I said in response to this was, why me? And I'm still wondering why me, because I was not the only employee who witnessed KJ being harassed at the bar. When I asked her this, she just blew up on me and semi-yelled at me to please just do whatever I tell you. These were her exact words. When we got to my apartment, she parked the car and rested her head on the steering wheel, and she said, this is why we choose the bear. I wanted to ask her to clarify if she meant that I'm the reason girls choose the bear, but I just held my tongue. Anyway, if it matters, I've decided to take on the responsibility of making sure that KJ goes home safely each day. Am I the asshole? And I have a lot of opinions about this.
Oh, I have something that we need to watch first before you go into this.
Oh, okay. What are we watching? I'm scared. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't understand anything that you said.
Ed said, honestly, kill me either way.
Fair. Reasonable.
Oh, wait, hold on. Happened. Oh, okay. I thought I stopped recording.
So the first thing that I want to say is, don't do what this guy did. Like, if a female friend tells you that she trusts you enough to make sure that she made it home okay, like, it's literally not gonna hurt anything for you to make sure that somebody got home okay. Like, you should want to do that for your friends anyway. But two, on the other hand, I feel like in this particular scenario, he is 10 years younger than she is, and the fact that she's placing that much on him, I also don't think is right. I don't feel like she should be expecting somebody whose brain is not fully developed even to be there to protect her. I think that's kind of weird to be relying on somebody that much younger than you.
I'm wondering why, and maybe it's just because, I mean, I don't know this person, but maybe it's because she feels close enough to him to say,
like
oh,
a little brother type.
Yeah. And then, but it's like, if he's not, I don't understand the whole concept of why he shouldn't. I kind of get why he shouldn't say, well, why me? But I also feel like there should be like maybe a clarifying statement and be like, absolutely, I'd be happy to, but I just want to know kind of, why did you choose me, type of thing? Like, why do you feel comfortable having me do it? And I feel like maybe that was included there, but he didn't include it in this post, potentially. I don't know.
Right. And it just...
Or if it wasn't, then why wasn't that included there?
Like, yeah, he's like, the only thing I said in response to this was, why me? And I'm just like, first of all,
I mean, he's 24, so he's probably like his
which I
brain,
understand.
Like you said, his brain's not developed, so his brain was just like, oh, why me?
Right. But I'm over here like, my reaction would have been,
as a 35-year-old female,
as a 35-year-old
presenting person,
or, AFAB, my response to somebody being like, why me, if I asked them something in this scenario, would immediately make me realize that they were not a good choice. Because if you have to ask me why are you choosing me, then that shows me that you're not a good choice.
Well, I think it might depend on the inflection in the question.
Right. But he makes it sound, because he's saying this is drastic and scary. I'm like,
but he didn't say that.
Yeah, he does right here.
Well, he
very drastic and scary.
But he didn't say that to her. He's saying that in the post.
What I'm saying is like, because that's what he's thinking.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that you can guess his inflection from that, which is like, why me? Like, why do I have to do this? Why am I the one being punished when it's other men?
I mean, it is a good question. Why choose him?
And I agree. Like, I'm not saying that she should have chosen him, because obviously she shouldn't have, because he's being a dick right off the bat. But
I think that's jumping to conclusions.
I don't feel like it is, when he literally just said, I thought this was very drastic and scary. The situation that's going on for her right now is terrifying. She no longer feels safe in her work environment.
But maybe she hasn't like given him that understanding.
But
because there's nothing in this that says that she's like made that that clear.
That's okay, friend. I'm going to tell you something right now. You remember how we still have it set up this way when we would go out on a date.
Yeah, and it's annoying, and you do it randomly accidentally. Well, you don't
randomly send vodka or Alderon.
Oh, no, I don't remember that. But I thought you were talking about the like message thing that like whenever you did like a certain thing with your old phone, it would like send a
oh, no,
location
that was when
stuff.
My phone was acting up and locking up randomly. No, that's not what I was talking about.
It was a very weird situation.
Back in when I first started dating again, back when I left my husband in 2016. Oh God, that was so long ago.
You're old.
I am old. We had a thing where if I went on a date and things were going badly, I could text Sam or James, saying Alderaan, because Alderaan blew up in Star Wars. And that was, the sign something was wrong. Like, do something, like call 911, something like that. Call me, get me out of this situation. Or if everything was going fine, I would text vodka, because vodka is one of my favorite alcoholic beverages. Vodka is good, in my opinion. So like, this is something that we as females and female presenting people, trans women, AFABs of all kinds, you have to have somebody who knows where you are or what's going on. Like, it's absolutely mortifying. Like, for example, I used to have to take the bus back and forth to Walgreens when I was working there. And the bus stop was across from my work, but it couldn't be seen from work. And it was dark. It was not well lit. And it was sketchy. and it was in a sketchy area. And I constantly had to be aware of like everybody who was around me, because you literally don't know if some like, and I got sexually harassed all the time, like random men like coming up and trying to talk to me and trying to be like, oh, let me take you home, blah, 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 blah. Like that is something that happens almost on a daily basis for millions upon millions of women. And the fact that men are just like, that's so drastic and scary. No, it's drastic and scary. Yes. You know why it's drastic and scary? Because we're scared and nobody will do anything anyway. Because there's no like, if somebody's stalking you, like, unless they do something, the police will literally tell you, well, we can't do anything unless they like actually hurt you. And then by then it's too late. You're dead.
Yeah. And like I said, I get the reasoning behind it, but like we've said, he's a 24-year-old with a brain that hasn't fully developed yet, and probably grew up in a place where it didn't come to his mind. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't
come to most men's minds.
Yeah. So it's a weird situation, but again, like it doesn't seem like either one of them are in the good place. I wouldn't say he's an asshole.
But like I'm saying he's an asshole because he's not educated.
With the caveat that he's not an asshole. He's not an asshole because he doesn't understand. And maybe him saying this and asking these questions is him trying to understand her thoughts on it. That's just me. Because my thing is, if you don't ask, then you don't know.
Right. But if he's wanting her thoughts on it, he should be talking to her and not coming to the internet.
It's true. Well, I'm going to do the one about sleeping in my backyard. So it's on r/no stupid questions, and it's called, Can I Sleep in My Backyard? Long-ish terms. And it says, I own my home/property with a private backyard, but the neighbors are close and have visibility. Excuse me. One day, while sitting in my backyard, kind of tired, I looked at my lawn and really wondered what would be wrong with me laying down and taking a nap. From there, I spiraled into questioning if I wanted to, I wanted to sleep on the ground outside. Could anyone or anything stop me? I'm a consenting adult of sound mind. The grass looks soft. It might be weird, but is there anything wrong enough that could force someone to make me stop if I wanted to stay outside all night or even a week or two? Would the desire and gumption to follow through with sleeping outside be enough to constitute a mental breakdown episode and therefore allow someone to step in? I would say no. I personally couldn't ever see me sleeping in a backyard because I think the outdoors is disgusting and stupid. But I mean, a lot of people like maybe not sleep on their grass, but they sleep in tents. They go camping. Mm-hmm. Well, some people, especially depending on where you live, like some people they sleep in a hammock outside when when the conditions are correct. I don't think it constitutes. I mean, it depends. Are you sleeping naked in the backyard and where your neighbors can see you? Then maybe I don't put a higher fence, possibly. I think just be considerate of your neighbors. Sarah doesn't care.
I care. I was just reading some of the comments. Somebody, rightfully so, said you're going to get eaten by mosquitoes at night and have bugs crawling on you.
Yeah, I think it depends on where he lives, because he might live somewhere where there aren't mosquitoes, because it doesn't say it's in the United States. And
that's true.
There are some places that don't have mosquitoes.
But then somebody else was like, I've heard if you eat a clove of garlic beforehand, the mosquitoes won't bother you. I don't know if it's true, but it kind of makes sense. And somebody said garlic repels bloodsuckers. Got it. And I'm just like, somebody said I ate a whole vampire once and I'm allergic to garlic now. So funny. I don't feel like it would be cause to like for somebody to step in. Like if you own your property and you have a private backyard, like it's your property.
Yeah.
Like you're not hurting anybody else. So yeah, you can sleep outside.
It's a weird one. It doesn't make any sense to me, but
I don't understand why you would want to live outside long term when you have a house. But that's just me, you know. Okay, let's see. Now I'm gonna read the other Am I the Asshole?
Oh, okay.
Am I the asshole for wearing white to a wedding? I, 27 female, have a friend, 25 female, that just got married last Saturday. My friend is South Asian, not Indian, and she decided to wear a red traditional dress for her wedding. I asked what the dress code was, and she said she genuinely just wanted her guests to look at their best. Excuse me. She also said that there isn't a forbidden / frowned upon color to wear as in Christian weddings in Europe. So I decided to go with a white cream dress, and there's a link to it. Anyways, I went to her wedding. It's cute. Anyways, I went to her wedding and had a good time. My friend said she really liked my dress. While I was there, her other friends that are not South Asian, i.e. they are white, black, and Hispanic and all Christian, they went up to me and started with small talk, and one of the girls spilled pop all over me. I asked her what she just did, and she said that I shouldn't have come to a wedding with a white dress. Am I the asshole? And then she includes the picture of a dress that's similar to what she wore. I don't think she's the asshole.
I don't either, especially since it's a South Asian wedding.
Right. Like, and the fact that the friend literally said that she liked her dress.
And the bride said it was fine. It's like,
yeah,
why do you care?
The bride said it was fine. So why the fuck is everybody else freaking out?
That's what I don't understand, is why people are so concerned with what other people do or wear. It's like, if the person that's hosting it doesn't really care, why do you care? Right.
The time that you should care is if the bride is going, oh my God, why is she wearing white? But also, like, the only reason that that's a rule here in the US, you know, of like a rule,
tradition,
quote unquote, a tradition, is because traditionally brides in the United States wear white when they get married, which is hilarious to me because the whole idea behind that is actually like supposed to be you wear white because you're a virgin, and
it resembles purity.
It resembles purity. And most of these people getting married nowadays, not virgins. Yeah. So,
I mean, I'm of the mind, but again, I'm not a super traditional person. Neither of us are super traditional. Mm-mm. I'm of the mind it's wear whatever the hell you want to a wedding as long as it's okay by the family by the bride and groom.
Yeah.
If they say it's fine to wear it, wear it.
Yeah.
Live your best life.
Like, and she specifically asked about what the dress code was.
Yeah.
Like, she asked, but yeah, I don't think that the other friends should have had anything to say about it, to be honest. And like, also though, if you look at it, it is definitely not white. No, it's like a wedding dress would be.
I think that it does say similar. It's not the dress, but it is similar.
Right. But
and
I'm just
it's a gorgeous dress. I like that dress.
It is a gorgeous dress. I would totally wear that. But like, if this is like a similar color though, like it's
not white.
Off-white enough. Like it's more cream.
Yeah.
Than white, and it's more like a beigey cream.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say it's more of like a taupe than anything. It's not really white, but I think I understand because it's usually like lighter colors. They usually say don't wear to a wedding because especially if the bride is wearing white because you'll pull focus or whatever. I don't understand it, but it's like it's like if the bride doesn't care, the groom doesn't care. Why do you care? Why is it any of your business what someone else wears to the wedding? It's not. That's the answer.
Right.
I'm going to read this r/confession that I lie to everyone constantly. I don't know why I do it, but I can't seem to stop. I think this is funny.
Oh, I was going to say, that is not one that you sent me.
Yes, it is.
My boyfriend has been acting weird. What do I do?
Well, then you didn't open it because that's one I sent you.
But you said that there were only 5.
There are.
And I clicked 5.
2, 4, 5. Oh, no, there are 6. So you only opened 5.
Okay, I think I found it. All right.
Okay. So there's always some kind of new bullshit that I invent just for the sake of watching the reaction of the person I tell it to. I feel like a dull, lifeless, nothing human if I don't lie. I lie to family. I lie to my friends, my boss and colleagues, and I've even made alternate accounts with whole other identities on Reddit, different genders, nationalities, ethnicities, different problems, etc., so that I can lie and to complete strangers too. Sometimes my lies are so serious that I have to do work to keep up the illusion. 2 lies in particular have stretched on for 3 years. This post is probably the most honest I've ever been. I've never told any of this to my therapist, who I try to be as honest or as straight as possible with, but I have told a couple of lies to as well. I don't know how to stop. I think you're lying right now. I don't understand the reasoning for lying. I do. Okay. I understand for like if you're trying to be polite to someone and not make them feel bad, and their question is something like, is this scar really that noticeable, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you say yes, then they're just going to feel self-conscious about it for the rest of the day. If you say no, then it might make them feel a little bit more comfortable, or something like, oh, I didn't even notice the scar. What are you talking about?
Right.
But if it's, I mean, I won't, like, if someone asks me if they look bad in an outfit, I'll tell them.
Yeah, no, I know you will.
I do have some little not lies, but they're falsities that I would say just for fun. And they're so outrageous that no one would, like, everyone would know that they're not true.
Or his other favorite thing is to lie to me and Sam, because we'll just believe him.
Oh yeah, that's fun too.
We have no reason to.
I don't really lie. That's
he
called
just makes things up.
That's called gaslighting. And it's for sport.
So it is for sport. You're correct. The OP made another comment, responding to somebody saying attention seeking kind of makes sense. Being honest, I've always felt like I'm a dull person. Maybe I overcompensate by making myself look more interesting. And yeah, I've often thought it's likely that very few people believe my lies. It doesn't stop me somehow, which is awful. Because everybody's like, oh, I knew a person like this growing up, blah, blah, blah. And you can always tell. And it's true, actually, because I knew somebody growing up who, like, he lied constantly, like about stupid shit too, like stuff that didn't even matter, you know? And it really was just that he felt like his life wasn't that interesting. So he had to make it more interesting. But we all knew that he was lying. So it was like, why are you doing this?
I think the video for the Lady Gaga song, Marry the Night, that she has at the beginning. So I pulled up the quote, and it says, when I look back on my life, it's not that I don't want to see things exactly as they happened. It's just that I prefer to remember them in an artistic way. And truthfully, the lie of it all is much more honest because I invented it. That kind of, to me, is what's going on here, where they like the way that their life, quote unquote life, seems like in the lie that they're telling, and so much so that they're like they're basically catfishing people, and telling people that they don't even know lies about themselves.
Right.
It's interesting. It might be something that they need to discuss with their therapist, because there might be some deep-seated issues that you need to address.
Yeah, I definitely think that you should bring this up to your therapist and be honest with them.
And my question is, are you lying right now? Is this a thing that actually happens, or are you just making all this up? Are you a good storyteller? Maybe you should write books. Ooh, maybe you should write books. Be an author. Be an author. This kind of made me think of, I've been rewatching one of my favorite shows from when I was a kid. It's called Remington Steele. It was not on when I was a kid. It was on reruns at that time. But you talked about it in one of the last episodes too, yeah.
But like one of the things in the show is that the person playing Remington Steele, like that's not who they are. They are constantly lying. Like, you know, this character is Remington Steele because it just took on the role. Remington Steele did not actually exist. So that's kind of like how it is. He just is constantly lying to escape from his mysterious past. So like,
or maybe you should be an actor.
Maybe you should be an actor, you know?
Or an improv artist, because I don't know if actor, because you have to like stick to a script typically.
True. Unless you're Robin Williams, in which case you can make it up as you go. The last one that we have.
Rest in peace.
Yes, rest in peace. Miss him very much. My boyfriend has been acting weird. What do I do?
Sell it.
Sorry, I just saw the age difference and I'm like, well, there's your problem, ma'am. There's the leak. Anyway, hello everyone. Me, 21 female, have been dating a guy, 29 male, for 8 months now. We have our ups and downs, but we pull through. My family is religious. He's an atheist, and I'm trying to figure things out for now. I'm not very religious.
I said, well, there's your second problem.
Yeah.
But she's not very religious. Okay.
I'm not very religious, but I do believe in it. So a week back, we argued over religion and he blocked me and asked me for his card back after unblocking me on WhatsApp. We share an account. 2 days later, he apologized, and I'm used to him acting out like that, so I didn't make a big deal out of it. Although I sent him a voice note telling him that it is not okay to do this, and this is the last time I'm tolerating that. Fast forward, it's been a week, but he hasn't talked to me properly. He keeps telling me he's not okay and fucked mentally. I'm trying to give him space and trying to be there for him as well. He says it has nothing to do with what happened. He's just exhausted mentally because of work and family and moving. I feel tired and exhausted, and he is just not putting in any effort. What do I do? Well, first of all, you're dating a child, masquerading as a 29-year-old. 2, you are a child. You're 21.
I don't understand this.
Big age differences are weird when you're younger, okay? So the fact that he's almost 30 and she's barely in her 20s is a red flag for me. In your 20s, you should absolutely not date anybody who's more than a couple of years in either direction, because you're going to get into a different power dynamic, which is where she is right now.
I do think it's different when it's a male-female relationship. Yes.
Yes, I would agree with that. I think it can be the same in same-sex relationships, but it depends. Yeah. It's a little different.
I was gonna say because I was 25 when I started dating Ryan, and he's 12 years older than me.
I also still think that's a little weird, but
she thinks my relationship is a sham.
No, I don't think your relationship is a sham. I'm just saying that it can be very predatory. It can be very predatory, no matter what kind of relationship you are in.
I'm telling Ryan you think he's a predator.
Oh my God. He knows that I don't think he's a predator. But like, it's true though, in that it can create a different power dynamic, and an imbalance of power creates issues with a relationship because you're not on even playing fields. In this instance, he has 8 years of experience in this world beyond what she has. She's only just entered her 20s, okay? He's almost 30.
Yeah, I don't understand this whole conversation. They both just sound like idiots.
No, he's being the idiot.
They both sound like idiots.
He's being an asshole and abusive. And also, why are they sharing an account on WhatsApp?
That's what I don't understand.
And they've only been dating for 8 months.
I don't understand any of this. It all sounds stupid.
Like, it all sounds predatory.
Stupid. Well, it doesn't. We don't know who's the one that started the account. It could have been she started the account.
No, I'm talking about it's predatory that he's blocking her and then unblocking her and blocking her and unblocking her. And that the fact that she's already used to this.
But it could
after
be
only 8 months.
It could be that she's crazy and would like go on psycho messaging. So the only way that he could stop the messaging is to block her. Don't look at me like that. It happens, Sarah. I'm not saying it's an okay reason, but she's also posting on Reddit.
Yeah, all these other dudes are posting on Reddit too. Why is it okay when the dudes are posting it?
I'm not saying it is. I'm saying there could be onus on both parts where they're both idiots.
I'm not saying that there's not onus on both parts where they're both idiots. She's obviously an idiot. She's 21.
What's been written here, I can't say that it sounds to me predatory, but that's just me as a male, which I understand that part.
That's all I ask, is that you recognize that, like, in your situation, it's not going to come across that way. For me,
I would say in this situation, you both need to stay away from each other because it's not going to work out. And you're 21 anyway.
You're 21 anyway.
Settle down.
Somebody said it's super toxic and he always starts the conversation. And when I respond, he starts making fun of my religion. And I think it's because of his past. He was religious once too. And he's just super angry. But he still doesn't have the right of ridiculing and mocking anyone's religion, which I agree with.
That's her. She said that.
Yes, she said that. She was responding to a comment. I understand if you're in a mixed religious relationship like that, it can be difficult.
This was posted 30 minutes. That's how active she is. This was posted 30 minutes ago, and she's already responded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times.
I mean, I would also be active on something that I literally just posted 37 minutes ago.
I think it's weird.
I obsessively watch my Facebook post after I make a post for at least an hour.
I don't have Facebook, and I don't know. That's the weird thing with me And I'm more of a, I like to look at the Facebook, not Facebook. Well, I have been looking at Facebook, but it's mainly for the post on the Mustang Mach-E forum. But like Instagram and TikTok and stuff, I don't usually post things on TikTok or Instagram. I usually, unless it's like food or whatever, or pictures of Bobo when he was here, I usually just go there to see what other people are doing.
Right. I also usually just go to see what other people are doing. Occasionally, though, I'll make big, long, dramatic posts, and then I just like sit and watch it for like an hour.
Because you're crazy.
Because I'm crazy. But also, in this particular instance, she is specifically asking for advice. So it makes sense that she would be active on a post asking for advice when she only just posted it 37 minutes ago. So, but also, here's the reason why I got so upset and was giving you the look is because it always, I won't say always, I'll take that back. Almost always. If a man tells you, my ex-girlfriend was crazy, it means that he was doing something to her to make her behave that way. So whether it was purposefully ignoring her, asking him to do something, or, gaslighting her or whatever, it's a huge red flag if a guy says, my ex-girlfriend's crazy. It's like, what?
I don't know if you can say always.
I said almost always.
Run the tape. I don't think I heard almost.
No, I did because I self-corrected myself.
Okay.
I said always, and then I said, no, wait, let me take that back. Almost always. If a man says to you, oh yeah, my ex-girlfriend's crazy, it means he was doing shit to make her be that way so that he could write it all off. Well, it's not my fault. She was crazy. Well, yeah, but what did you do to her? Like, what were you doing? Were you gaslighting her? Were you, abusing her? Were you being the asshole and then turning it around, making it sound like she was the one who was crazy? Which that happens a lot, is abusers will turn it around and try to make it seem like you were the one being abusive. And that you can take to the bank because they've done studies on that. They've done lots of studies on that about how abusers will turn it around.
I'm trying to post and it just keeps telling me no.
You trying to leave a comment on it?
Yeah, I'm just saying break it off. And it keeps saying unable to create comment. I don't think it was on this one. Oh, it might be. Oh, it was this one. You're right. We did. That's why it won't let me post. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Anyways, but I mean, I think, yeah, it doesn't seem like either one of you are very good relationship material for each other. No. I think all relationships are kind of crazy. I don't think anyone should be in a relationship. Anyways, how are things going? What are you doing this weekend? Doing anything fun? Are you working? Ooh,
I'm working.
The streets.
No, actually, I am not driving for Uber Eats this weekend.
That's not what I was talking about.
I know, but that's the only streets I've been working.
Sarah's getting tits out for Jesus.
No, I'm not. Anyway. But yeah, I'm not doing really anything very interesting at all. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that Nick and I will get to finally finish the first season of Bridgerton. We have one episode left. I'm very excited for him to see what's going on. I can't wait. Meanwhile,
I'm watching Rizzoli and Isles.
That's fair. I'm watching Remington Steele. Like, that's what I'm doing with my weekend. What are you doing? What's happening? Where are you gonna go eat? Where are you gonna go have brunch?
We're gonna go. It's a place that we've gone to a few times. It's called the Waterman Grill. It's a good place. I made a reservation. It's supposed to rain on Sunday, so Ryan was like, "Do you just want to go? Like, make a reservation? We can go there." It's a good place to eat. They have a good brunch option. And then probably won't do anything because it's supposed to rain on Sunday.
Yeah, it's supposed to storm here the next few days.
Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm kind of annoyed because I was supposed to be doing I was going to be watching a movie at work with the employee resource group, the Pride resource group that we have. Mm-hmm. But only one other person two other people signed up for it. But one of them, she said she woke up today and she wasn't feeling well, so she's not coming. So I canceled it because I'm like, it's going to be weird if there's just 3 of us in the room watching a movie and then playing games and then talking about the movie. So I'm canceling it because it doesn't make sense. But I might postpone it and just do the same thing for something in Pride month in June and just do it as part of like our Pride Month celebration thing. I'm kind of annoyed with everyone with this ERG because no one's responding to anything I'm posting or emailing. And I emailed about people if they were interested, because that was one of the things that everybody said that we should do is do a book club. So I asked if anybody would be interested, and I recommended that we read that Prayers for Bobby book. And then at the end of it, we could do one of the quarterly movies that we're going to watch would be the movie Prayers for Bobby with Sigourney Weaver. No one's responded to it yet. Only one person signed up for it until I emailed people. I've emailed now 3 times to the entire facility, and then emailed a couple of people that when they did the survey, they said they would be interested in the movie thing. Haven't heard back from anyone except for one of them, and she said she would join, and then she's the one that said she's sick. So I don't know. I'm kind of frustrated with that. And then I'm also frustrated with the other Pride group that we're working with for Boston Pride, because I wasn't at the meeting today because Karen and I were working on something, so I couldn't join that meeting. And they had already planned out what they're going to be doing. That already planned what they're renting. That they didn't plan that they were renting the vehicle, but planned whatever they were doing. And I kind of came in after they had already kind of set the plan in motion. Mm-hmm. And now they're asking the Quincy Pride ERG to pay for $550 of it. And I'm like, I don't know that that's a reasonable request, because we didn't sign up for it. I was asking if we could volunteer. $550 doesn't make sense to me. And it's also, I would be covering the vehicle rental when I was vehemently against them renting a car, because I was like, we could just, if we needed to, just use my car. It's electric. It's the Boston Scientific Blue. Mm-hmm. It makes sense to just use it because it's talking about how we're eco-conscious. It's the Boston Scientific Blue color, so it would match. And it's a cool car. I love my car, but I don't know why it didn't happen as this is what we're going to do. They were kind of really all about wanting to rent a truck for some reason.
That's so weird.
It is. And it's if we just use my car, we could turn the radio up and have the music playing through my sound system with the windows down and just drive through it. I'm like, I don't care if someone else drives my car. I can drive for all that matters. I would rather do that than pay $550 for no reason to rent a truck. And we haven't paid it yet, so it doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
So I'm logistically, and then it's logistically, how would that even work? Because I would have to pay it with my corporate card. Mm-hmm. And then have it reimbursed, or not reimbursed, but have it paid through an expense report, unless they used my cost center, which I'm whatever. It's weird. I don't understand it, and I don't understand why that's the portion they want me to pay. But I was very much against even doing that part of it. If we wanted to use a car, I was we could just use mine. So anyway, we'll see. I haven't responded or anything, but there's a few fun things that are coming up at work. We're looking at using a video creation platform to create videos, animated videos, and then use those as training tools for people. So I'm excited to see how that goes. We're waiting to hear back about access to one of the systems that we're looking at using for this portion of it, because we want to make sure that when we post the videos and people use them, we can track and see who's using them and what they're gaining from it, basically. So we shall see. I'm excited about that. And then my school stuff, I will probably do my discussion boards tomorrow, or my discussion board post tomorrow, and then start working on my assignment, because it's a PowerPoint presentation. I just looked at it, and that's what it is. So we shall see.
I believe in you.
I mean, I do too.
Obviously.
I'm going to be a doctor in just over a year.
I know. I'm so excited for you.
I have to make sure I include EDD. They don't want people to think I'm a doctor, a PhD, or an MDD.
Right.
Because I don't want to have someone's life in my hands. Someone be like, oh, you're a doctor. I'm like, no. Doctor of education, not a doctor.
Yes. I have a doctorate in education.
Yeah. Well, do you want to call it a podcast and maybe get some rest and some food and put your feet up so you can stop swelling?
Oh, I guess I should do all those things, huh? I mean, I guess.
All right.
Sure.
Well, thank you for listening to this week's episode of Now About That with James and Sarah. If you like this week's episode, give us a like, a comment, and don't forget to follow and subscribe. If you would like to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen, that will help us get the podcast out to more people and help us grow. And feel free to follow us on social media. Our handle everywhere is at Now About That Pod. So if we don't come up in the search, we're not on that platform. And if there's something you would like us to discuss on the podcast, feel free to email us. Our email is at nowaboutthatpod@gmail.com. You can also visit our website, www.nowaboutthatproductions.com, or we also have a phone number that you can call and leave a voicemail or send a text message to with anything you would like us to discuss. The phone number is 765-557-4170. Thanks again for listening, and we hope you have a great week since this will be coming out on Monday. Sarah, enjoy your weekend.
You too.
Also, don't forget, if you're interested in
one of our brand sweatshirts.
Yes. Wow, I'm losing my mind. If you are interested in signing up for the giveaway, you can find the information on our website, or just send us an email and let us know what size you're interested in, and then we will contact you if you are a winner later to find out your address and stuff to send it to you.
Woot woot. Sign up.
All right.
Get a
Bye.
sweatshirt.
Bye, everybody.